Next some ways they're getting short here. A bit of an all today, I know it.
I would say the most of them today actually.
No, Burgess and them boys is not here yet.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
you haven't been tied him on with, no?
No, but that's wire.
Hey, check out.
Seal it.
David, very nice to have you back at Killinchy again. You're leading the World Championship at the moment. What do you think? Have you been round the circuit?
I know the circuit from last year, so last year I'm winning here, and I hope for this year I can make the same as last year.
You think the circuit in comparison with other ones in the continent, how does it compare?
So I did this in a normal hard track with a little bit stones, but I like this track, and I think I had a good chance Sunday.
We all hope that you do well because of the Kajiva factory up against the might of the Japanese, Yamaha and Suzuki. I think that's a great achievement.
I think Kajiva is going every year better and better because they're working so hard for good results, and I think they can make it.
Yeah. The way the championship stands at the moment, the competition between Kajiva and Yamaha is very good for the sport.
I think so. The difference are minimum, so I think it's for Saturday it's a big fight.
Well, I know personally speaking you have a very, very big following in Northern Ireland. People would like David Strivos to win. Thank you very much for coming along and hope to see you later on sometime.
Okay, thank you, and I want to say I like the people very much here.
Good. Thanks, David. Here we're in the Kajiva camp, and our good friend Gerard's going to explain to us a few of the finer points of the works Cagiva. Gerard, the front fork system, it works very well.
Yeah.
It's most of the motocross machines that we have here, the original fork pattern is the other way around. You have reversed the fork movement.
We didn't do that, but White Power did this. The man who's supplying us with this front fork, and we've been testing a whole lot of it, and for 2 years now Dave is driving with this front fork.
You have a very, very first-class machine in Cagiva. I was saying to David earlier on that you have taken on the might of the Japanese, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, and still on top, number one.
We're still on top, and we hope to be at the end also.
I think David likes the circuit, so hopefully maybe we'll have one first tomorrow, maybe two on Saturday.
I'll never say anything about one race before it's finished.
Yeah. Well, Jared, thanks very much for talking to us. We hope you've enjoyed you're going to enjoy your stay in Northern Ireland.
I did last year, so why not this year?
Good. Thank you very much, Jared. Thank you.
Massimo, dietro è paratura. Sì. Dario è lì? Sì, qua. Dario!
Well, here we have Bob Moore, which is second visit to Killinchy. And Bob, may I just start off by saying, whereabouts in America are you from?
California, in the Los Angeles area. I live by the beach.
Oh, lovely, yeah. We've never been to America, but love to visit it. Last year I said to you, if you remember, you had a riding style similar to Bob Hanna. Bob Hanna is still going extremely well. Has anybody else said to you about your riding style being similar?
No, you're probably the first person that told me that. I don't know. I try to have a little bit of a lot of the riders' riding style, so I can correct the bad points and improve the good points.
Yeah. Last year you impressed so many people because most of the people here travels to England to watch the 500 motocross Grand Prix or 250 Grand Prix. We've got the likes of Thorpe, tall in stature, well built, 6 foot. It's nice to see a person. Can I ask you what weight you would be?
I weigh 135 pounds.
Near enough the same as myself. But it's really nice to see you in Killinchy. Are you expecting to do well?
I'm gonna try. I have to go out there and see what the track's like, and I don't know. I like the track. I like this track because it gets hard, and I'm getting used to these type of tracks over here, and I just hope the weather holds out, and that should be okay for me.
Well, it's a real privilege to have people like yourself coming from the States, because in the club that we have, it's a very, very small club. It's totally dedication to about 12 or 15 workers, and we prepare the course ourselves. There's no professionalism at all attached to it. But how does it relate to other circuits that you visit?
Oh, I think this is one of the best tracks around. Yeah. I had no idea that you guys just put it on. I thought all the big people came out here, but I really like Ireland because the people are really nice here. I think they're one of the nicest people that I've been to all over the world. Yeah. And it's fun coming here. The only problem is for me is the raining. I don't like it when it's raining.
Well, yesterday was the weather was supposed to change to be sunny for today and tomorrow, so we've had rain this last couple of weeks. Hopefully we're praying that it'll stay dry and we'll see some competitive racing tomorrow.
Okay, I hope so.
We wish you the very best of luck, and we hope to see you back at Killinchy next year, Bob. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We're back at scrutineering again, and would you believe, out of the 66 entries, we have got an Irishman coming in last because the deadline is 12 o'clock. Wally, is that right? 11 for scrutineering? Yes. Sorry, it's 5 to 11. I'm wrong. So he's 5 minutes, and it's William Burgess. I think, Gary, if you can get a snap, this is the last. Is this the last one to go through, Willie? Yeah. But I thought I would say that. Maybe we could put a few things together later on and get the actual weighing for you and let everybody see what's actually happening. What they're doing now is they're testing for sound, because each motorcycle, when it comes to the Grand Prix, it has to reach so many decibels against the noise limit. You hear the revs of the machine going up to a certain amount. It's passed successfully, and recordings will be kept of the noise level. Now the bike will be weighed to make sure it's under the FIM regulation, weight regulations. It's all very time consuming and hard work, and the fellas that does this obviously are all, again, it's all free. It's dedication what it's down to. And there you can see it's reading just, I think, under the between 95 and 100, so he's okay. Another card stamped, and he moves along to the ramp, where there he will have all his tabs put on, frame, engine, exhaust painted. And there's a fat slob sitting making fun of me across in the trailer there, along with the BBC commentator. And maybe have a look around here, Gary. There's a paint going on to the exhaust. Make sure there's no trickery involved. And the scrutineers can constantly check each bike as it goes out for practice, whether it have changed the exhaust. It'll be initialed, paint rubbed over it, and then stenciled. And here you can see another club member, Slimline Tom, and he is putting the tabs on the frame, and that's it. On average, it takes, Willie Williamson reckons it takes about two minutes. And there's 66 of these bikes to go through, and a lot of them have 2 bikes each, so you can cram that into 2 hours, work it out for yourself. So that's scrutineering. We're going up to see another Italian in a few moments to have an interview, and we'll see you later on. Massimo, very nice to have you back at Killinchy again. What I would like to ask you, how do you compare the circuit, the track, with that of France, Italy, Belgium?
Il circuito è molto bello e si può paragonare a un circuito come si corre normalmente in Belgio, con molto prato. E l'anno scorso io mi sono trovato abbastanza bene, mi piaceva molto, spero che anche quest'anno si dedica molto alla mia guida.
How about that, Gary? We'll have to get Tom Gott to translate that.
Yes, 1 year ago he drive here and he liked this track because it's this track very fast. He have a problem because he crashed. He have a problem with the accident. Okay, right. There is also chicane now.
Yeah.
He continues chicane, and he's very happy for this. The track is the same of the Italian track because it's very fast and it's good for him. There is not many jams.
Yeah,
and it's good for this. He's happy. Yeah. He's happy for this.
Yeah. Last year, whenever you mentioned that he had trouble with the knee. Yeah. He rode the second moto.
Yeah.
Second, third place.
Yeah.
Very, very good because it was.
Yes, you have this problem, but it's very fast because this is his track. His track is fantastic for him.
Yeah.
You have a problem. I don't know. I think that who is the rider that win last year? Qual è il pilota che ha vinto? The second moto.
Second moto.
No, it's Mika Koki.
Cookie, yeah.
Koki, yes. Koki is fast and he has not the physical problem.
Yeah.
But if he has not the physical problem, I think that he can win. Yeah.
That brings me to another point. We heard we were preparing a course on Monday night, Tuesday night. We heard from France.
Yeah.
That he was going to win 2 motos here.
I don't know. Pensi che sia possibile con quello che è caduto vincere 2 manche qui?
Con qualche?
Dopo tutto quello che hai fatto, tutto quanto così poter vincere qua?
Penso che sia molto, molto difficile, quello che conta molto qui è la partenza, spero di riuscire a partire bene e dopo si vedrà.
They said me that here very important is the start, because there is only one line, is very fast, and there is only one line. To pass is very difficult, and it's important the start. It's the same of last year, because it's not to change. And if you start in the first position, maybe, you hope.
Well, listen, the two of you, thank you very much. We hope you enjoy your stay in Northern Ireland. and we hope to see you maybe back next year in '88 for the same 125. Thank you very much, Massimo.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, here we are in the Cagiva camp. Massimo Contini, as you can see, number 3. He's lying third, I think, in the championship. We have had a chat with him, and he reckons he's going to win both legs. Just in a matter of interest, a few points on the machine. On David Strybos' machine, he had white power front forks upside down. Now you can see the resemblance to these Marzocchi on this one. Totally different, conventional forks. Also, another wee thing I noticed in here where they have the sealer for the radiator down the side. It's like a plastic sealant, which obviously doesn't let the wind through or the dirt in towards the radiator. And by the look of it, it's completely sealed the whole way round. Looking at it at the bike a bit more closely in detail, we can see the little water-cooled engine, which is, I think it's a masterpiece, and in all a lovely machine. So there you are. There's a few wee points. As the day goes on, we'll maybe try and pick a few more out of interest. Here we're back again with Bob Moore, and as you can see for yourself, the first time, well, definitely the first time in Ireland, but the second appearance of this fantastic 125 Honda. It's completely, the frame's in white, with the exception of the swinging arm. It's got an aluminium tank, completely different from anything you ever see coming out of Japan. Fantastic. Just if we get a close-up of the engine, Gary, the water-cooled engine, the power valve. Oh, it's amazing. I hope Gary gets a few good shots of this one, because up close, and the front forks show up. But look at the tank, the petrol tank. Again, fantastic.
There's a hole through the gas tank. Goes all the way through.
Bob's explaining to me. There's a hole comes right down through, Gary. There's a hole comes right down through the gas tank on each side, right down in here, right? So a hole comes right down through into the airbox for ventilation. Fantastic. You didn't tell me you had that in there. Is this the second time you've been on it, Bob? Yeah. Good?
Yeah, it's
Very nice.
Bulgaria, France.
So this is the job is let it through.
Huh?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Well, it goes straight into the air box for more air.
What's different about the swinging arm besides the adjuster?
It's lighter, stronger. Down.
It looks much like the standard one.
Yeah, it is. A lot like it, but down below it's a little different.
Oh, yeah.
Made it. I don't know, they just sent all this stuff, Mugen did, so we put it on there.
And the linkage, is that standard one machine? Or
Yeah.
that's what it's called?
Right, so here we have it. We're down on the starting line, as you can see, looking up at the first right hand at the jump at the top of the field, and this is where the adrenaline starts to pump in the two legs, which will follow tomorrow. So we're going to take you on a nice wee trip around the circuit, if Gary can hold on, and if you bear with us, maybe if I make a few mistakes, but it's hard to do everything at once. So away we go. Okay, Gary? The riders will begin up here a lot faster than what we are, but we have a full pack, camera crew on, and somebody round the back of me. The people are waving from the sides. I hope they don't think it's the race. Now we're about to approach the first right-hander, which is probably the worst part of the circuit, or the most treacherous, I should say, because there are 44 riders blasting up here. Everybody wants to get to the front. And last year it went off remarkably well. As you can see, there's plenty of width, but the turn and the jump at the top makes it exceedingly tricky, to say the least. This is my I would say, one of my favourite bits down through here, because on the circuit itself, it's what I would call a natural terrain. It's not man-made. We come over this jump, which you get a nice leap up into the air, and at the same time you have to change direction to head round the right-hand side and down into a nice little left-hander if we can just manoeuvre over these bumps. As you can see, the soil, with the soil banked up, so that if anybody does take off or throttles jams and stuff like that there, we can okay, Gary, are you okay, mate? This is a wee bit dodgy, as you can see, but we're winning. We've made it. If I've lost a bit of film there, forgive us. And then they use the soil here on the side as a deterrent to get round the. Sorry, they use the soil around the side as a means to boomerang the corner, drive into the soil, and shoot out of the corner. It's easy when you see it being done right, but for those of us, maybe it can be quite difficult enough. Again, we're going down a very, very steep drop, so what I'll do is I'll let Gary shoot if he wants to, and we'll take it nice and easy down this drop into the right-hander. This is just about my speed. I see it. All right, Gary. It's worse than actually when you're sitting on there, isn't it? Now we're right into what we call, affectionately known as the bog. This is the start of the bog. We go in first of all to a right-hander, and it's a good viewing point down here. You can see from Finley's drop. Actually, there's quite a bit of action involved around the circuit. Left-hander, and again we're heading down into another tight right-hand hairpin. Plenty of good fast stuff this when the racing gets going. There we go. I'm sorry, maybe it's taken a wee bit too long, but I'm trying to drive this thing with one hand, operate the throttle, look after Gary, and I've got young Stephen on the back, and he's pulling the t-shirt off me. Now, this is a sort of a rider's view. Coming round here, I would say about third or fourth gear to what we call the tabletop. You can either jump the full length of the tabletop and land on obviously the other side. Some people jump the first bit, jump up onto the top of the tabletop, and then proceed to, sorry Gary, proceed to ride down the other side. We're going to dry it up. We're going along the top. I don't think we'll jump it today. And off the other side. Now most riders come down, they would land just about here. Especially the top guys make it so easy. Now this is just a straightforward jump, which is very spectacular because they're landing there in about third gear and they can connect fourth and really take off on this one about fourth gear and jump, 20, 30 feet, maybe more, landing just about here. And we go right along to where you can see the BBC crew setting up the camera there, and the vans are up on the top field. This is it. We're still in the bog, and we're going around a very severe left-hander, a hairpin, and I think we're maybe going to have to, for the next jump, you'll see the rider's view of the next jump, which is really, really and truly, it's concrete hard. It's very hard in suspension on landing, but we're going to try it on this machine, and if we get over it in one piece, I think that'll be an achievement in itself because it's sheer drop on the other side. Let's have a look first, Gary. We'll have to go down this one nice and easy, Gary, all right? Believe it or believe it not, we come down that all right, just by the skin of our teeth. There's only certain places You can go over these damn things, and we were down one which you weren't supposed to go down. Now we're down into, this is where, if you watched the video last year, one of the riders came down a cropper. I think it was some of the Kajiva riders actually dropped here. You can see a lineup of talent here at the corner. Isabel and John. They're having a rest there before the practicing gets started. We've got 2 travelling marshals on the way round just to make sure the course is clear and getting ready for free practice. We're still down in the bog, coming down into the last right-hander before we go into John Finley's land. You can feel, I'm sure you can see with the movements of the camera, and Gary's doing an excellent job here. You can see the bumps. It's really bumpy even to start off with. I don't know what it's going to be like for the last leg tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. Now there's a rider's view of the best jump I think you could find anywhere in any of the motocross tracks in the world. I think this one's superb. It's natural, it's safe, and it's fast. And this is what the riders will see. They're going up through here, maybe 3rd gear into 4th. I don't think any of them might just be touching 5th, maybe back down into 4th again for the top of the jump. But last year the TV coverage was excellent on it, except that one of the cameras over here up on a crane. I hope and trust that they put it down below on the ground so that we can actually see the missed a gear there, so we can actually see that or get the full effect of the riders jumping 40 to 50 feet. And what about that for a view with Strangford Lough out over the back? On a clear day you can see Scotland and the Isle of Man, but as I say, this is the most spectacular place for me. Whenever I was trying to ride around here, this was my favourite, and always has been my favourite circuit, and that being my favourite jump. As I say, you never see anybody coming off at that one. It's very, very safe, except now that at the bottom here it's cutting up slightly, and Sammy and I were out this morning with a tractor putting a few bucketfuls of soil, as you can see, to try and fill a few holes up. It's only whenever we've got the grass battened down a wee bit you can actually see the excessive holes that's in it, but it doesn't look too bad. Now we're turning right now to go back to a very spectacular drop, and I'm going to take a shine out of Gary here because he'll think I'm going to go down it in this, but it would damn near be impossible with all the gear that we have on this. So we'll take you right up to the edge, and perhaps if Gary can scan up, you'll see a round tower up in the distance, which is actually a house. So you'll get the idea of a rider's view when he's coming around here, sitting on the bike or standing, and he'll come right up. And all he can see really is winds and skyline, as you can see yourself. Now just look at that, and then we'll take you right over the edge of the jump and stop for a moment or two, and your stomach should churn slightly at the sight of this fantastic drop. Now just look at this. I'll go nice and easy, and then we'll stop and we'll make a decision where we're going to go down or not. Okay, Gary? Here, friends, we have what I would say is a very rare species lurks about this area, and with a wee bit of luck, maybe today, we should maybe, here he is. He answers to the name of Huey. Now, Huey, you could just say a few words. First of all, how long have you been connected with the Killinchy Club? Told you. He's frightened. He's frightened to say how many years. Is it 20 years?
30.
Huey used to be one of our top grass trackers and scramblers, you see. And we thought we'd give him an interview today because he puts so much work into the club. He is the backbone of the Killinchy Motorcycle Club, Gary. So, Huey, what is your job involved today? I know it's a very, very strenuous one. What do you actually do today?
Pull the lever.
So the bikes arrive up in the back here. There'll be 2 lanes of bikes. Huey pulls the lever and down they go, and it's gone. So I think what we'll do is, Gary, we'll wait until the first race and we'll come down and watch Huey pulling his lever. All right? Now here we have a couple of officials, really the stalwarts of the MCUI. We've got Ernie Callahan from Dublin, and Victor Neal from Lisburn, and Raymond Shaw from down the road in Cumber. We're going to ask these gentlemen, how long have you involved with the MCUI, Ernie?
41 years.
That's amazing. Do you see, obviously you see a vast change in the sport.
Well, my first motorcycle event was actually in the Phoenix Park in 1932. And so I've been attending events, and then when I became a big boy, I was introduced to the hierarchy, the MCUI. Right. Then as a competitor, that I gave up in '68, I think, and then carried on with the administration. And oh yes, a vast improvement in sport. It's so professional now, colourful. We're getting a lot more publicity than we did in those days. But I think the crown and glory, of course, is after this 41 years to come here today and see our small country, our small FMN, promoting a world championship event. That is the ultimate. And both the MCUI, the Ulster Centre, and more particular the Killinchy Club, to stage such an event, I can't give enough praise to them. As you can see, the whole thing is voluntary, apart from our good sponsors, of course, that we couldn't run without. But the work, the actual hard work is all done by this small number of lads, and it's a credit to them. And I feel very proud here today, only representing the Southern Centre, that we should have this World Championship round, and long may it last, as I'm sure it will.
Thank you, Ernie. It's nice to see you.
Thank you.
And a fantastic pioneer to motorcycling all over Ireland. Raymond, could I just say, would you like to say a few words to us? You've been out, we're trying to put the video together to see how much work was put into the course.
Yeah.
How long ago was it whenever the work started on the track?
About 6 weeks, nearly 2 months ago. And we've been here most nights, some Saturdays. We've put a lot of work into it. But it's all for the good of the sport.
And you feel proud today?
Very proud to have a world championship.
Yeah. I'll go across to Victor. Victor, I would say maybe you're one of the proudest gentlemen today. You've been involved with Ernie in motorcycling. We've got the second year of the World Championship. Come on, give us your feelings.
Oh, I don't know really. I'm so very proud of the boys because they work so very hard, and I know that the work that goes on, I suppose maybe a dozen people who have made this possible. And I'm very sad that there's an event in the Southern Centre today. I think a World Championship event should stand by itself, and there should no other attractions on that day. And I don't know how it came about, but that's how it is, and I would hope that it doesn't happen next year, because if we don't get the money through the gate today, well, it's touch and go for next year.
Correct.
And I hope sincerely that it won't happen again.
Good. Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll see you later on at a later date. Thank you. Okay, here we have it. This is the final time practice for the international drivers. We have in total 12 countries competing, and what we're trying to show you is the timekeepers who do a thankless job. We've got the timekeepers here in the green van, and over to the left, Gary, if you look, there's a caravan which is equipped with all the latest in computer technology. And also down in Tony Steele's van in the TS Foods, we have another computer. So, as well as a multi-million-pound investment which is in the paddock, you can see how much work's involved in the whole scene. Thankless jobs. These people are here at nearly all the meetings, and it's a job really that I don't think I could visualize myself doing, because they don't actually see the racing. Only when the bike's flashing past, they're only looking at a number. So I think they deserve more praise than what they actually get. Right, we're going to have a few words with one of our best friends, I think, in motocross. He used to ride when he was a bit younger, about, I suppose, 20 or 30 years ago. But I would like to introduce you to him, Tony Steele from TS Foods in Castlewellan. Tony, nice to have you back again with the Killinchy Club.
Thank you, Dennis.
Feeling proud today?
Yes, very proud. We're nice. We're very pleased to be associated once again with the club. We admire their effort and so on they put into the sport, and we're very pleased to be associated with them. The help we give, small in comparison to what the overall cost is, but every little helps.
every wee bit helps. Tony does a multitude of things for the Killinchy Club. Without people like him, certainly I would say most clubs wouldn't survive. So another thing I was going to ask him, say if you were a few years younger, Tony, you would like to be competing there today?
I would love to be competing, Dennis, yes.
What do you think of the track?
It's a marvellous track. I say the club has done a great job in laying it out, and it just makes you feel as though you want to ride again.
I can see it. I saw him in Morris Russell's the other day getting kitted out, and bloody idiot, because he's too old to go racing again. So Tony, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you, Dennis.
And hope to see you back again next year. I know you'll be here, but I hope you'll come back and help us out.
I hope so.
Thanks, Tony.
Hi, Dennis.
Right, here we have a bunch of backroom workers, and I haven't anything against the girls or anything, but we're going to interview Willie first. Willie's one of the stalwarts of the club. You do all the all the hard bits, Willie, or is it the easy bits?
All the easy bits, Dennis.
Willie mostly looks after all the road racing end of it, and he gets involved with all aspects of the sport. So what's your feelings today? Well, are you proud today?
Oh yes, proud, Dennis, and I just hope that the crowd comes and does us proud, because last year they let us down. The event's good, everybody knows what it's about now, so you should all be here today.
Maybe it was their cooking.
No, I wouldn't say that. The cooking was good last year, it's a little bit back this year.
Yeah. Okay, Willie, we're going to go along the line there, so we'll let you get on with your work. Now, who wants to do all the answering? Just to put you in the picture, all these ladies, we've been right round the starting area and round the paddock, and we saw all the different jobs that everybody's doing. We're down to the timekeepers, right, with Sydney and people like that. What we're doing is we're showing you the other aspect of the club. These people never see any racing at all. They don't see any practice, and if they're lucky, maybe this afternoon about 4 o'clock, they'll be able to go down and see a few laps. So Peggy, maybe you're the noisiest one of the lot. Would you say a few words? Are you happy for the Killinchy Club today? I'm sure you are.
Extremely happy for the Killinchy Club. We've got a good day and hope everything goes well for them. We've worked very hard to make it a success. Yeah, I know. We have worked very hard to make it a success.
Well, the sun's burning the back of my bloody legs, so I better move along a wee bit. Now, Sadie, if I ask you a few questions, you won't bring anything up about what happened to us on the trips, would you?
Oh no, I wouldn't tell that to anybody.
Not about suppositories or anything.
Well, we all know
I wouldn't let you down, Dennis.
Except Dennis McBride.
Well, we're going to say to Audrey now, because this is maybe a bit hard for her, but if she hadn't married Gordon Flynn, she should have been working a bloody bank. Because she looks after all the treasury end of the club. Audrey, how are you getting on today so far? How's it going?
Very well, but it's very early days yet to know what's happening.
Just to remind people, what sort of money is going to take to put this over today?
Oh, well, that's a very difficult question, Dennis. It would take anything up to 40,000 to put the event over today.
It's a few grand more than I earn a year. Now, any else like to say a few words? Oh, Bertha! Bertha, your wee man's away down there. Look, what would you like? Are you happy today? Or I know you can't see much going on, but
Very happy indeed, yes. Just hope everything goes very well.
well, what we gather over there? Sorry, Gary. What we gather over there is the people are coming in and the car parks are filling up. So, we'd like to, on behalf of the Killinchy Club, thank you all very much indeed for all the work that you do, and that's all been appreciated. And you'll get a good laugh at this in the winter months. Now we're all going to go in. Gary wants a cup of tea.
That's some gut. That's some
We'll have it up there. We can get it out of our eyes.
didn't know whether he was taking
Sure, he's after, not me.
Just not exactly sure what that means.
We're still sort of.
International drivers from Holland, Italy, Belgium and Germany, please go to the back fermé. International drivers from Holland, Italy, Belgium, Germany, please go to the back fermé. Internationale Fahrer von Holland, Belgien, Italien. Internationale Fahrer, werden Sie bitte zum Parkfermé hingehen. Internationale Fahrer, werden Sie bitte zum Parkfermé hingehen. Tous les compétiteurs internationaux veuillez aller au parc fermé. Tous les compétiteurs internationaux au parc fermé, s'il vous plaît. Au parc fermé hingehen. Tous les compétiteurs internationaux, allez au parc fermé, s'il vous plaît. Tous les compétiteurs internationaux, allez au parc fermé, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, as soon as you get one started, all right? Okay, away we go. Great. Go ahead, keep going down.
Tous les compétiteurs internationaux de l'Italie, veuillez aller au parc fermé, s'il vous plaît. Tous les compétiteurs internationaux de l'Italie, s'il vous plaît, au parc fermé.
No, Gary's on the front grid. 35th, weren't you? Yeah.
Zoals mijn spot op je
I took pictures at our national last week.
How did some of your team
They want them so bad. They
the whole bunch a couple of weeks ago.
The problem, I haven't talked to them since Blackwater. The problem is, Cycle News, the American paper, they told Hodgkins, the guy from England was sending stuff. They told him or British people told him to quit sending stuff to America or something.
So now just ready to get a presentation on the way for the 1987 Deer Farm Ultra Game Irish Motocross Grand Prix. The presentation about to be made by the Secretary Committee there, Women McCone, welcoming the riders. First of all, from Holland, the Current World Champion, number 1, Dave Squire. Also from Holland, we have number 42, Edward Cracker. 43, Lucy Russell. 42, Sue Clarker. 45, Alan Vanasson. 46, Eric Sherman. And number 48, Anton Kluger. The Italian riders consist of Massimo Campini, Alberto Ferrasti, the veteran Ferrari Martin, and number 41, Andrea Bartolone. Now moving on to the West German contingent, consisting of number 7, Aldo Bandula, number 12 from the floor, 14, Johan Wasinski, and number 15, Bruce Hackenbach. The Belgian riders consist of number 15, Jerry Warsaw, 17, Maurice Barbeau.
Wait a minute, say that first one out again, the Belgian.
So the first Belgian rider, Jerry Warsaw.
Right.
Then we move to 17, Maurice Barbeau.
That's him.
Maurice Barbeau, Bjorn van Klaar, welcoming to the vicinity.
Come on down a bit.
Hans Nelson. 18, Jack Westbrook. 19, Peter West. 8, Riddell. And 69, Forrest Guerrero. Number 4. And again, the one rider making a cruise from Denmark, and that's number 24, Keith Carr. Moving on now to the Finnish contingent, number 46, Harry Hagström. 27, Paul Higgins. And number 28, Henry Cameron. With 3 riders originally scheduled from France. Number 30, Jean-Michel Barr. And number 33, Patrick Ferrier. And there's just 2 riders down because Christian Barr is now an unstarted. The whole fight and the full squad, no matter on that path. Moving on now to the British contingent, a bit of Mexico, over the Irish. Let's see for them. 54, Richard Lynn. 58, Gary Henry, and number 59, Ashley James. John Price. And number 51, William Burgess. So there you have it, the riders who are going to begin later on this afternoon here at the Fairport Ultimate Irish Motocross Grand Prix. They'll be taking our lead up in a moment and they're up there by Snow and down the drag. So as we look there off, let's give them a round of applause.
Hey, Shirley, hey!
No, I'll put them out.
And they're going for number 14, all the way from Belfast on the Yamaha, double in minute number 44, with a marker going for
4 minutes. 4 minutes. Frank's not in the pit, so he'll be standing there. And, if anybody comes later, there'll be any problems, he'll be there anyhow. But at 1:20, there'll be no problems.
What time are they being called down to here at summer?
Well, that's really...
You don't have to call them.
You don't have to, but I think it's better that they are called.
As soon as that race is over.
So the machines now being lined up in the Parc Fermé in their practice order. Fastest in practice there was number 30. That was Jean-Michel Bell. Then second fastest in practice, number 1, the reigning world champion from Holland, Dave Strybus on the Kajiva. Then in third position in the practice, number 2, John van den Berg, Berkey from Holland as he's known, the man who's chasing Strybus in the championship, second in the championship. Then fourth fastest in practice, number 9, Bob Moore from the United States, riding the white Honda, going extremely well this season. And fifth fastest in practice, number 3, Massimo Contini, the flying Italian who comes to Ireland for the sunshine. He's fifth fastest in practice. Those will be the top 5 on the grid for the first leg of the Irish 125 Grand Prix. So now we're looking at the machine of number 65, that's Philip Neal, the young Hillsborough rider who is the fastest Irish qualifier for today's 125 Grand Prix. Philip, who's riding for the Heron Suzuki. This is his second year in the Grand Prix. Last year, unfortunately, had 2 no finishes, but this year is the fastest Irish qualifier. Now looking at the machine of number 61, William Burgess, a young man from near Cumber, up near Monterey, rode in the Grand Prix last year, finished 14th in the first race, collected 2 valuable points, has qualified just 2 places behind Philip Neal, and no doubt will be looking to go equally as well, if not better today. So now the riders making their way down in the order that they qualified in practice. They come down, then they'll select their spot on the grid, then they'll wait. The clerk of the course will display the 30 seconds to go board, but that's probably a couple of minutes away yet. Already the fastest men in practice are in there. Jean-Michel Bell from France, the first man down, almost took the centre spot on the grid. John van den Berg filled on the left-hand side. Dave Strybus went to the right. All the top contenders for the championship, bar Bob Moore, who's out of our sight, right over on this side, have gone for the centre of the grid. So just 30 seconds to go to the start. The starter has the handle in his hand. He prepares to start them off. He waits on the 5-second signal from the clerk of the course. The rider's now beginning to edge. Clutch is beginning to drag. When the board turns, the revs will creep up, and then there will be just 5 seconds to the start. All the leading contenders in the World 125cc World Motocross Championship are on the line, and they're ready to go for the first leg of the Irish Grand Prix. The revs go up, 5 seconds to go. The starters prepared. Down goes the handle and away they go. And it looks like Bob Muir from the inside who made the flyer up the hill. But that looked mysteriously like the fastest man in practice, Jean-Michel Ball, who headed it as they went up round the top of the hill. So into view for the first time, the leader from Holland, number 2, Jan van den Berg, on the Yamaha, lying second in the World Championship, sweeping down the hill. Then in second position, the fastest man in practice, that's Jean-Michel Ball. Then going through in fourth position there, that's number 3, the Italian Massimo Contini, and still no sign of the world champion there, Strybos. Strybos comes into view now, and Strybos is down in about 8th or 9th position. So once again the leader appears back into view once again, and it's still number 2, John van den Berg from Holland on the Yamaha in the lead. Then in second position, number 30, Jean-Michel Bell from France. Now moving through into third position, that's number 3, Massimo Contini, just ahead of number 10, that's Dietmar Lacher. Then coming through in fifth position, that's number 9, Bob Muir from America, and coming through into sixth position now, number 1, Dave Strybos, the world champion from Holland. So still leading in the early stages and beginning to stretch away from the rest of the field. Out in front, John van den Berg from Oz in Holland. The man who lies second in the World Championship, still way out in front on his own, beginning to stretch his advantage at the head of the field over Jean-Michel Ball and Massimo Contini. So once again the riders on the starting grid for the second leg of the Irish 125cc Motocross Grand Prix. Dave Strybos, the world champion. John van den Berg right in the centre of the grid. 2 places to the left of Dave Strybos. That's number 30, that's the fastest man in training, and second in the first race, Jean-Michel Bell. But the winner first time out, John van den Berg. Second was number 30, Jean-Michel Bell. And in third position, number 1, the world champion Dave Strybos. 5 seconds to go, the revs go up. The gate goes down, and it was Strybos who got away. But number 10, Dietmar Lacher, was the man who made it. So coming over the top of the hill, and it looks like Massimo Contini from Dietmar Lacher with John van den Berg. Then in third position, going through in fourth, that was Dave Strybos. As the rest of the field make their way up over the top of the hill at the end of the opening lap in the second leg of the Irish 125 Motocross Grand Prix.
Jones on the first with 40 points. Second was Travis on 32. Third was number 30, Jones.
I think he's gone. He's gone? Yeah. Oh, he's gone with the boat? Okay. Ah, right, right. Okay, Alan. First place, Simpson Goose.
We're now ready to make the presentations for the Leo Ponds.
We're going to present you with that.
Hired by the Mayor Simpson Gibson to the overall winner of the event, John Vandenberg. And also going to the overall winner of the Northern Ireland Trail Sport Trophy, and that will be...
Oh, sorry, yes.
They've lost the micro. Look at that.
Thank you.
Slaves drivers.
Good lad, David. Come on. Right? David? Did you see the trick lines? That BBC. All right.
Now the riders will now spray you. Following that, Mark will be interviewing the first two for BBC, and immediately he is finished, we will then present the trophies for the John Donnelly.
Okay. Keep your medal on.
Okay.
Get the old advertising. Pressure out there today?
Not so many. The first heat was easy, no problem. And then I have a little bit spare in the second. And then I take good speed in the beginning. And then Dave squares. Then it was no problem.
Did you find it hard to concentrate today?
Yeah, sure. I had many problems today because last week I had a bad race. And today everything was going well, but I was not very well concentrated.
Well, he says he wasn't concentrating well, Dave, but he won 2 races. What did you think of his performance?
Sure, John was today the best, and maybe next time I'm a little bit better, so we must look into the next race, and I hope I have a little bit more luck next race.
Did you have any problems today?
The first start was not so good for me. I was beginning from the 14th place to the 3rd place, so I had a little bit problems with my clutch. So the second race was not so bad start, beginning from 8th place. So I came to second and I make one mistake and I finished second.
Are you friends yet?
We are not so big friends, but in the race it's a big fight every time.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Well, that's it from Killinchy, and if a man from Holland doesn't win the world title now, well, I'm a Dutchman.
Right, okay.
BBC transmission clear.
Do you want him up? Oh, yeah. You want him up?
That's about the third, but we've got broke today. Second overall, and the winner of the Sammy Smith Trophy, Stephen Russell. Over here, Stephen. And third overall, Mark Morrow. Well, that'll be the individual leg winners. First leg, Chambers Trophy. That goes to Alan Morrison. The second one, the TS Boot, also goes to Alan Morrison.
Hey, that's not...
And the third one, the Russell Trophy, I'll change the presenter. We'll ask Dean to present that one too. No doubt the same trick. There you go. Take a top off. What do you do? So there you are, straight away. As the champion, Charles Starch say, that wraps it up for this afternoon's tour. Thanks to you all for coming along once again. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. Apologies that the PA broke midway through the afternoon if we weren't able to get on for the final 10 minutes of the last race. But remember,